Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Small Talk. My guest today is from North Carolina. He is the owner and founder of Touch of Heaven Entertainment, which is an independent record label and talent agency. Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet Stephen Kite Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, I didn't mention that you're also a singer, songwriter, and a music producer.
Correct.
Okay, so what came first?
Well, it was kind of the singing songwriting came first. I was doing it as more like a hobby. And then as I got more into writing songs and stuff, I was looking at the music industry, and I'm like, well, I'd like to help others get into the industry too, and not just me. And so I decided to create a label and a talent agency and go from there.
Very good. Now, I know you already have one person signed with you.
Correct.
Now, let's see. He is a R&B, hip hop, trap, soul artist. What is trap?
Trap soul artist. It's kind of like hip hop mixed with R&B mixed with a bunch of I guess you would say modern day rap artist type stuff. So they call it like trap music or something like that. So it's not a genre I'm very familiar with, but that's what he says it is, and I'm like, okay, sounds good.
Why not? Why not? You graduated from the Los Angeles Film School, right?
Correct.
With a degree in music production and a bachelor's degree in entertainment business management.
Correct.
You got a good foundation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To be able to do what you do, right?
Yep.
Now tell me about your music. First of all, yourself.
Myself, music wise, I'm more toward the country pop scene type thing. The stuff I write is more country style or even pop country type stuff. That's just my background because I grew up listening to country music pretty much my entire life. My mom was a country music fan, and if it wasn't country music, as I got older, I was hung out with some of my friends that were in the youth group at church, and so it was Christian contemporary music. So it was all similar to that pop bass type music. So
are you a solo performer?
I was back when I was younger. I haven't performed in years. I pretty much just help others now, but I still write every now and then and try to do some stuff. I just haven't done anything recently myself.
Okay, so tell me about your client that you have.
His stage name is Noon the Artist. He's actually got an album that just released excuse me, on September 4th. Called The Good, Bad, and Ugly. And it's basically his debut album. He's actually got a concert, his first show coming up in December, on December 3rd at the Rink Studios in Sacramento. So
very nice. Yeah. Did you get that gig for him?
Well, kind of him and I together. We pretty much partnered together. He contacted the venue, then myself and I'm partnered with Big Records also. We kind of got into I'm partnered with Mark. Mark and I work together, and we talked to the owner of the Rink Studios to get the venue booked and work out a deal with them to have the show there come December. So
is that our link through Big Records, you and me? Okay, because I do so many interviews that I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Big Records, for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So now for you personally, like how many artists would you like to represent? What is too little? How many are too much?
Well, I want to be able to represent as many as possible, but I know humanly possible. Be comfortable for me until I expand my label to be more people than just me.
Right. Yes.
Right now, I feel I could probably handle 5 to 10 artists, and I'll be comfortable with that. Once we expand above that, I'll of course bring in other people to help handle them. But pretty much right now, I'd be comfortable with at least 5 or probably 4 to 9 more artists to add to the label to keep us going and stuff like that. So
yeah, for sure. And now, when you were watching an artist perform, do you have that itch to get back into it?
I do. I do have the inkling to go, okay, I could be there myself. It could be me. But I'm also a single dad, so I know the idea of touring and stuff like that just don't fit well with being a single parent. So,
Yeah.
And kids come first, so you have to pretty much prioritize. And this is my daughter's senior year of high school, so it's kind of got to be there for that. So,
Yeah. Do you think your kids are going to get into the music industry?
unfortunately, no. My daughter has a voice of an angel, and she could sing anytime she wanted to, but that's not a career she wants to go into. Both my sons can sing. Neither one of them have chosen that path. My youngest son is going into the military. My oldest son is trying to become a pro football player. So,
Wow, good for them. Oh
oh
my
yeah,
goodness.
so the music industry, not their cup of tea, but
Well, I
uh,
resent that because I can't sing away. I would love to be able to.
so I wish I could convince them, but like I've always told them, follow their dreams, and whatever it is, I'll support them 100%. So
Yeah, because that's what they're going to excel at, right? Whatever it is
exactly,
that they're passionate about, for sure.
exactly.
Okay, so now tell me about some of the songs that you have written and still are writing.
Recently I've written a song about my experience in the military.
Okay.
I'm a Air Force Reserve veteran. And basically the reservists actually get kind of a bad rep at times because we're only required, unless we're called to duty, we're only required to serve 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of a year.
Right.
That's our commitment that we've signed up for, unless we're called into active duty for whatever the country may need us for. But we're also called weekend warriors because we only work 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year. So I kind of sort of I wrote a song about that. That hey, pretty much I made the same oath that they did, that active duty guys did. Um, I'm dead. I have to serve my country just like they do. I just took a different line of serving my country, so I could be home with family more. So,
and it's called reserve for a reason.
Exactly.
Right? You're there, and if they need you, you're going to be wherever.
Exactly.
Right?
And so I wrote a song about that. I've written plenty of songs about my past relationships and the heartache and happiness I've experienced and all that. So, in fact, I do have a few. I've got a SoundCloud channel that I got music out on that I've done a couple songs on. So,
okay.
I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't promote it very often because it's. In fact, when I recorded one of the songs, I was actually suffering from a head cold, so my vocals aren't the best on it. But it was done for my music for the classes I had to take for at the LA Film School. So.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, okay, it's there.
Yeah. No, I know you're in North Carolina. By the way, I have been there. What's the music scene like for North Carolina?
If you're in my part of the area of North Carolina, in Eastern North Carolina, it's kind of not as happening as if you're over toward the Charlotte area.
Okay.
Because you have bigger venues in Charlotte than you do here in Eastern North Carolina. We have a few. I mean, if I travel an hour east of me or west of me, I can go to Raleigh, and it's the capital of the state, and we have music, pretty much a lot of venues there at a lot of the arenas there. But as far as the area that I'm in, you pretty much have to really, really search for the talent that's here. So, because they don't exactly show themselves, and a lot of it's because they're not. Music isn't exactly something that's supported. It's more sports related around here than it is music. So
yeah, I think all towns have their thing, whatever it is, right? And like you said, the bigger towns is obviously different. Oh, and you are currently pursuing a master's degree in sports management and coaching.
Correct.
Now, is that because your son is looking towards playing football?
Yeah, that's because my son's working or wanting to become an NFL star. And in order to represent him as an agent, the NFL requires any agent that affiliates with them to have a master's degree.
Okay.
So, in order to represent my son, I decided to pursue my master's.
Okay.
So that way I can help him out and any other young talent that in this area that wants to get to that level. So
yeah. So how long does that take you to get your master's degree?
I should have it by, I believe, June of next year.
Oh, that's not too bad then, eh?
So I should be completely finished by June of next year, from
Right.
what
Okay.
based on the timing.
Okay, so what is sports management?
Basically, it's basically where you can either be a sports agent, or you manage athletes,
Ah,
or you can work behind the scenes in, like, say, like the NFL, that each team has a management organization or management structure. You could
mhm,
actually work with the upper management of an NFL team or any sports team,
right.
pretty much.
Okay, so you got a lot of different things happening,
Oh yeah, definitely.
right? What other things are you thinking of getting into?
Oh man, I'm also trying to get into the film industry, because I want my entertainment company not just be a record label, but to be a complete entertainment company where we can represent all avenues of entertainment, whether it be sports, whether it be film,
Right.
music, pretty much everything that's out there. I want to have my hands in a little bit of all of it. So
Yeah, the more diverse you can be, the better, right?
exactly.
Well, good luck with that. I think that would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yep.
sure, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of actors who will be looking are looking for people to represent them, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. Every day, you got. I've talked to several actors, and they're like, if they could just trust some of the agencies out in LA, and I'm like, well, I'm not in LA, but you can trust me. I'll help you.
Start
Um,
somewhere.
I mean, I don't have a problem doing it. But
Yeah.
of course, a lot of the actors and actresses I've talked to have been in the business for years,
Okay.
so they're looking for more of an agent that's got all the network connections, who can talk to all these people. And I'm like, well, everybody starts somewhere.
It's kind of interesting because yeah, I'm thinking that um for an agent that's starting out, you're almost hungry in a way, right? So you're going to
Mm-hmm.
work really hard to get
Exactly.
them roles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or get them at least to go for auditions and stuff. So it's like they're not seeing that whole. Some of them are not seeing that whole picture.
Exactly. A lot of them, like they said, they've been burned by other agents that said they were hungry and weren't. I'm like, well, I'm a single dad of 3, so I got to put food on the table.
Yeah,
um, so the only way I can do that is by working hard. So,
absolutely. And I
can't.
think, yeah, I think it's like go for the unknown, take a risk. This is
Hmm.
to the actors out there. Take a risk, go for somebody who's unknown, and you get discovered together almost, right?
Exactly.
When there's
And
nowhere to go but up.
you build your careers together, and the agent that makes it off of your name, pretty much,
Yeah.
and you make it from there. You guys are synced together for life, and he's gonna always look out for you to try to get the next gig, because if when you're successful, he's successful. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what that's the
It's,
one thing I've tried to express to even artists, that
yeah.
take a chance on an independent label. They may not be able to offer the big record deals that the um bigger labels do, but when you're growing with that label, they're gonna look out for you because you help them get their start too. I mean, they're building with you.
And if they can
They
get you a gig and if they can get you on tour, doesn't matter if you're a big company or a little company, you're still going to be
exactly,
right.
as long as you're making the money that you want to make. So
Yeah,
that's how it is at the end of the day. So
yeah, for sure. So if you're sitting around waiting for a big company to sign you and not making a cent,
yeah, I've talked to several artists, and in fact, recently I've talked to a couple artists, and they're like, well, I want my label to do this, this, and this, and this. And I'm like, well, then you need to try to talk to the bigger labels, because they have the bigger money.
sure.
And they're like, well, they won't even talk to me. I said, well, and that should tell you something. I mean,
You're
be
an
be,
unknown commodity.
be realistic about your goals in this industry, because if you're entering this industry as someone that's saying, I want a multi-million-dollar contract, and you've not proven yourself,
Yeah, yeah,
you're not going to get it. So be realistic about what you can do. You may have all the talent in the world, but if you're unknown,
yeah.
it's going to be hard to get a label to say, especially a big label, to say, hey, I want to take a chance on that artist.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Hey, you want to represent a talk show host?
sure. I'm open to represent anybody.
Because I do this for free, it'd be nice to
Oh
get
yeah.
big so I can have an editor
Oh yeah, I'm always open to looking for different things. So we can talk about that for certain.
All right, that would be fun. Well, this is really enjoyable. I really appreciate you taking this time out to talk to me. And
No problem.
yeah, and I wish all the best for you, because I love it when people are starting out. I love hearing about their journeys, where it's going, where they want to go. And you're going to have to come back at some point and tell me what's been happening, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do a follow-up to keep you updated on it, how we progress as a label and as an entertainment company in general. So
yeah, nice. Will you stay on camera while I say goodbye to the audience? So everybody, you've been listening to Stephen Kite Jr. And remember, he has an independent record label and a talent agency called the Touch of Heaven Entertainment, LLC, whatever that is, which is his, I guess, I don't know.
It's a limited liability company. Basically, it's just that we're registered with the state of North Carolina.
Oh, there you go. So it's a registered company. So that means it's on the, it's a legit company. So if you're starting out, or if you haven't signed with somebody, the big labels are not looking at you, contact Steve. I'm sure he'd be happy to represent you. So Steve, do you have a website, or do they just find you on YouTube, or how?
They can find me on Facebook.
Facebook.
They can search Touch of Heaven Entertainment. I've got a page on Facebook.
Okay.
I do have a website, but the address is so long it's not even funny.
Okay.
But I know that if you Google Touch of Heaven Entertainment, I'm like the fourth Touch of Heaven Entertainment or Touch of Heaven thing that pops up. So
okay.
So just Google it. If you look in the North Carolina area, Touch of Heaven Entertainment for like entertainment companies, I'm right there. So
right, great. Okay, thank you. Just stay on, as I say, stay on camera, Steve. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. I hope you like and share and subscribe. It would be really nice. And take care, everybody. Be nice and peace out.
A sense of community, Chilliwack's a place to be. A sense of community where you're free. Rolling through the mountains, rolling through the valley, rolling through paradise with me. It's multicultural, you're sure to see it all. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see. Come party in the park, go dancing after dark. Chilliwack's a place to be, you'll see.